Oh my gosh, y'all need to get in here because whew, if you don't know or have not heard, the Painted Tree is closing all of their stores. While I'm sitting here and I'm trying to get some work done, I come across this notification that says the Painted Tree is closing down every single location. And if you don't know what the Painted Tree is, we're about to get into it. So the Painted Tree is basically like a 24/7 vendor show, a craft fair or something like that. So they take like a Ross or something that has gone out of business and they repurpose it and everybody gets a booth, and you can have like a 10 by 10 or an 8 by 20 or something like that, right? Everybody who wants to come in, you pay a monthly fee. You also pay some on your sales, and they do all of the legwork. When I say they do all of the legwork, I mean clean up, checking out, customer service, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? These stores are literally littered across the United States. They are everywhere. So here's my personal story. In 2023, my best friend and I decided that we were going to go in together on a Painted Tree boutique. While we do similar items, we don't do the same thing. She does all graphic, I do all bling. It works out well. So we decided, hey, let's give this a shot, right? First location that we got into was in Katy, Texas. Katy, Texas is about 30 minutes away from where I am in Spring, Texas, which is north of Houston, Texas. Through word of mouth, we come to find out that that is like the best location here in Houston, or at least so we thought that was the best location here in Houston. So boom, we get into it. I go in, I do all the things, right? We get an 8 by 14 space. I do all this painting. It's nice and purple. It matches our brand aesthetic. I set up banners that say, hey, this is what's coming, right? Because I wasn't completely ready to set up merchandise. The walls were wet. So I set up banners. I set up a table, one table with a mannequin and a shirt on it as a, hey, this is the product that you should expect to come and see when you come and see this. Very next day, I went up to start bringing up merchandise, and lo and behold, that one shirt that I brought up there, it sold. So apparently this is going to be the spot for us, or at least that's what we thought. How the lie detector test determined that was a lie. After having a little back and forth, a little powwow with one of my show sisters, I come to find out that that's actually not the store to be in. You really want to be in the store in Humble, which again is about 30 minutes away from where I am here in Spring, Texas. Humble is East Houston. So like a good neighbor, we bide our time because you have a year lease. You can't get out of your year lease. They won't allow you. You can't even like say, hey, there's another vendor who wants my spot, and they'll pick up from my, they like, nah, they're not doing that. Before that year lease is up, I wound up getting us over in Humble. Now, mind you, because it was like right before holiday time, I was like, girl, we don't have time to do all this painting. We're just gonna get all this stuff in here because we want to catch that holiday rush and those holiday shoppers so we can, you know, money. The booth location was not the best. So we were like, hey, if another booth location comes up that's further to the main aisles of the store, give your girl a shout, because we would love to get into something like that as opposed to being on the walls where just not much traffic comes through, right? And of course, that opportunity did come up for us a couple of months after getting into the new location. And of course, in the meantime, we shut down the old location when that lease was up in December. So we are in the new location over in Humble. We have, we're getting ready to shut down Katy at this point. It is September. We've got the new location. It's not in the right spot that we want to be within the store, but hey, Christmas time and all the holiday time is coming. Let's get this ball going. Let's get it going. Sales seem to be okay enough that we decided, hey, we do really want to move to a better part of the store. So if something comes up, let us know. And something did. In January, something did come up at the beginning of the year. In December. And so we took it. We moved to a better section of the store because we were actually doing pretty decently in the not so good section of the store. And of course, we're thinking beginning of December, Christmas time is coming, we're about to be lit. And yeah, that's not what. Long story short, it became more than just a burden. It became loss. Oh Lord Jesus, can we write off all of this loss on our taxes? Because Needless to say, it was a struggle to make it to the end of the contract because, again, they would not let us out of the contract. They would not let anybody else buy us out of the contract. They would not, it was just a whole bunch of hell. But it's over. And this is the reason why I think that we did really well during certain times of the year, and then other times of the year, it was like, absolutely not. During all of this time where we are having both locations or downsize to the one location, I'm noticing, because now I started interacting on social media, and I'm noticing things about the Painted Tree and who they cater to. And I can tell you right now, it is not to the customers. Baby, let me tell you, they did not care about getting customers through the door. What they cared about was getting vendors through the door, because my 8x10 booth was $300+ a month, plus 10% of my sales. And my 8x14 was nearly $500 a month, plus those 10% on my sales. If you would, for a moment, just imagine if this place has 100 $300 booths and 50 $450 booths. That's a lot of money. And of course, there are booths that are $1,000, $800, blah, 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 blah dollars. And baby, it was commercial after marketing campaign after marketing campaign, because vendors, have you ever wanted your own store? Want no longer, because we are here for you. Never have I ever seen one ad catered to a customer. As a matter of fact, many of my customers that see me every holiday season at craft fairs and nutcracker markets say they have never even heard of the Painted Tree, and if they did, they had no idea what the hell it was. Now, in my humble opinion, as a business owner, and this is not my first, second, third, or last business, successful by the by, you really need customers. That's what you need. If you're gonna need those. For as much money as they make off of these locations from these vendors, I have no idea why there was no Painted Tree commercial in every city that there's a Painted Tree. I don't get it. I don't get it. So in my opinion, it came as no shock that these stores have closed. And while my heart really does go out to those vendors who rely heavily on the Painted Tree and on their locations there and on the sales that they were bringing in every month, my heart truly, truly does go out to you guys. And I pray that y'all can find a similar or better solution for your business, because I know how hard it can be out here. And with that, I'm going to encourage everybody, whether you're a vendor in the Painted Tree or not, if you have a business of your own, I say this to everybody, I say it all the time, you are missing out on money if you are not doing markets in your city, especially if you have a unique product that people can't just find anywhere. My yearly markets make up 45% of my yearly sales. 45%. I love it. It gives me a chance to interact with the local community. I wind up getting more and more business. I'm now getting schools and all manner of things, cheer companies and whatnot, just because they see my face. They have a face to put with the brand. So if you are in the Painted Tree, if you are not in the Painted Tree, if you are a business owner with a marketable product or a service, get you some markets, honey. Build up your brand. Let people see who you are. And I wish you all the success. If you are a customer, you can always check me out at crystallizedbysparkle.com. If you're here in Houston, don't worry, I'll be coming to a market near you. Bye.